Have you ever been in the Rulk encounter, the final encounter of the VOW the Disciple raid, and just felt like some things are just not going your way? Well, today I'm going to give you 5 tips to make sure that that doesn't happen anymore. First tip. What kind of dunk strat are you going to use? Are you going to dunk 1 at a time, dunk 2 at a time, or dunk 3? I choose the 2 dunk strat because I think it's the most straightforward way that's still efficient to do. If you're dunking 1, it seems like it takes too long. If you're dunking 3, you get to deal with more glyph keepers, and if you make a mistake, you're probably going to wipe. So 2 is just right there in the middle where you still have the opportunity to make mistakes, but you still have to do it right so that it feels efficient and it makes everything go smoothly. Team 1. Team 2. Light, Earth, and Black Garden. Fart is on left side. R1 L3. R1 L3. Yes. Okay, for the second tip, I don't know if you guys noticed in the video, but the question is when to give the buffs to your teammates. So you see there we have 2 different teams collecting the buffs. How do you know when to actually start giving the buffs so you don't get emanating on accident? What I do is I wait for the first set of beams from the boss to happen, and then I give the buffs. That way I know I have a time window where I give the buffs to both people, and once the beams come back, they're ready to collect the next beam and go deposit. So right after the first beam comes out, you give all the buffs so that by the time the second beam happens, the 2 people who are going to deposit can get the buffs and go deposit right away, and you repeat the cycle again right after. Third tip. This is very important because every time you dunk a buff, it resets. So you want to wait for both Team 1 and Team 2's deposit people to get the emanating force before you make the call outs for where they need to deposit. Wait for both of your teammates to get emanating force and then call out to them where they go deposit. That way one of them doesn't bank early, and when the second person is trying to bank, it resets and kills them. So just be patient, wait, and then deposit later. R1 L2.
I didn't get it. Oh, okay.
Don't bank.
I heard him.
Nice. So the 4th tip is for phase 2. So when you get to the upper level just before you do DPS, don't all shoot the crits at the same time. I know everybody wants to help with the crits, but the crits does not take that much damage to where everyone needs to shoot it. Just let the person who is baiting the boss shoot the crits while 2 people collect the buff, and you have 3 people staying away from the boss, making sure that they capture every single call out. So only the baiter shoots the crit. That way the boss is always focused on the person who's baiting, so everybody doesn't need to move around the arena every time. If you think about it, if you're shooting the boss, you're pulling that aggro, and if the boss isn't moving around all the time, more people are likely to die, especially if you're trying to teach people, or you're learning it, or you're new to the raid, maybe you've done it a couple of times. If you just see the boss dash into you all of a sudden, it creates a lot of chaos in that part of the encounter, and you can fall off the map, but the boss can't. So just make sure you're not shooting the crits. Let the baiter shoot the crits, and if there are any crits after all 4 deposits have been done, then you can come in and help, because at this point the boss is just going to go crazy for everybody, and you're going to have to go through that during DPS anyways, but at least get to DPS first before other people start trying to help you out. Yes, supers first. Now for the final tip, it's how to become a master at baiting. Alright, you want to know exactly how to keep the boss moving around without you taking any darkness or being sucker kicked off the map. Essentially what I realized the boss from a video that I watched a while back, big shout out to Intruder for showing me a clip there. Whenever the boss is walking towards you before he does his dash animation, if you just step a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, so just keep moving left and right as he's walking towards you, Once he does the dash animation, wherever you were when he started it, if you move left or right a little bit and just walk right back towards the boss as it's coming towards you, it would literally just go right past the side of you, because his movement is always stationary to wherever you were when he started the dash animation. So once you see that line on the ground, move left or right a little bit, whichever one is more convenient for you, and just walk right towards where the boss is coming from, and you guys will essentially just swap sides. Now, there is one thing that happens though when you're trying to bait the boss, is sometimes he just continuously keeps charging and walking towards you without doing any dash animation. He just keeps on walking towards you. If that happens, just make sure you look back for a quick second, make sure you're not falling off the map, and then just switch sides. You know, if you're on the far north of the map, just go around and start going south. Even if you get hit by some darkness on your way there, don't just keep backing up until you fall off the map. If you feel like you're getting close to the edge, look back. If you're almost off, just switch to the other side and repeat the process again. Alright, so that's it for me. You know, my 5 tips to help you make the Rhulk encounter a little bit easier. Like I said, it's not like Rhulk is the hardest encounter in the raid, but it could create problems if you're not doing it properly, or if there's just some little things that are causing inconveniences for you and your team. These 5 tips should make it a lot easier for you to get through it, and if someone's struggling with something, just give them one of these tips and they should be good. Also, if you guys want a link to any of the builds that I use in this encounter, Titan, Warlock, or Hunter, I'm gonna have them in the description below as well. So if you're looking for a good build to use for this Rhulk fight, I have it in the description. You can check it out as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification button so you can see the next video that I do. For everybody who's been supporting me thus far, thank you so much. If you liked the video, leave a like on it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Got supers. Face, come on, easy one face. No.